Here is another video request. Even though I have already made a video like this one here, someone asked if I could just simply show them how to calculate the riser height for a small set of stairs. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to point out is that we're trying to figure out the individual riser height. This would be the height of each step going up the stairway. Second thing I'd like to point out is that each one of them should be the same size. Third thing I need to point out is that the building codes usually allow you a variance, or should I say a variation, of up to 3/8 of an inch maximum. So if I have 7.5 inches here, 7 1/4 here, 7 3/8 here, 7 1/2, 7 1/4, something like that, then it's going to be okay most of the time. Again, you would have to check with your local building department for more information. Next up, let's go ahead and take the overall height of the area that we're trying to calculate the individual risers for. And this usually isn't going to be that difficult. You're going to have an area where the stairs are going to be starting, maybe a flat landing, maybe a concrete pad for a deck, or any other situation where you have a lower level and an upper level and an area that you can measure so that you can divide the amount of risers into this number to get the individual riser height. Now, this video isn't going to provide you with information on how to cut stair stringers or to provide you with information on laying out the stair stringers, just the riser height so that you can lay out the stair stringers. Don't forget, I do have some books at the website on stair building, and I would recommend if you do get a book to get one of the double book packages that is going to include different scenarios for the bottom of the stair stringer and the top. And of course, this is for wood framed stairways with something like a 2x12 or a 2x14 for a stair stringer. So now that you can actually see what the riser height is for this particular situation, let's go ahead and see how I would figure it out if I didn't know how many risers I was going to have or how many steps I was going to need. Next up, we will break out our trusty calculator and then take the overall rise, or the distance between the lower level and the upper level, and enter it into the calculator. Now, I'm going to break this down to inches, and 3 foot 1.5 inches is going to break down to 37.5 inches. And then I'm going to put that into the calculator, 37.5, and I'm just going to divide it by the number 7. Equals 5.35. Now keep in mind that this is not our individual riser height. Remember, for this example, it is 7.5 inches, so we know this isn't it. But what I am going to do is round this number off. And to round a number off, you're simply going to go to a higher or lower number. So if this was 5.7, I would round this off to a 6. Anything less than 5.5 is going to get rounded down. Anything that is 5.5 or higher is going to get rounded up. So if you have 5.5, feel free to use 5 or 6 for your number. And of course, this number is simply going to be the number that we are going to divide into the overall total rise in hopes of getting our individual riser height. So let's go ahead and clear this. 37.5 divided by 5, not 7, brings us to 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches. Not that difficult. And of course, for those of you who understand what we're doing here, feel free to stop watching. But I am going to provide a couple of more examples. So let's go ahead and raise the height of this to 3 foot 5.5 inches, which converts to 41.5 inches. Let's go ahead and put in 41.5, and we're going to divide it by 7. Our magic number. Now we have 5.9, so I'm going to go ahead and divide this by 6. Now this should make sense to you. I raised the height of this by 4 inches, and now I'm going to be adding another riser. Instead of dividing the number by 5, I'm going to divide it by 6. So let's go ahead and clear this. 41.5 overall height. I'm going to divide it by 6. And that brings us to 6.916. And this right here is about a 1/16 of an inch, just a little over a 1/16 of an inch, less than 7 inches. So again, hopefully not that difficult. And as you can see here, we have 6 units at 6 and 15/16 of an inch, or 6 individual risers. Now, here's what would happen if I divided it by 5. I would have got a riser of 8 and 5/16 inches, just a little bit over 8 1/4 inches. And if your building codes don't allow more than a 8-inch individual riser height, then this isn't going to work. So you're not going to get into any trouble by dividing different numbers into the original number here. Just start with 7 and then work your way up in either direction. So if you do use the number 7 and you get a number like a 4 or a 5, you can use 3, 4, 5, or 6. You don't have to be set on one number. Divide a couple of different numbers into the total overall riser height to see if you can come up with the ideal riser height for your job. So again, 7 is a good number to start with, and then work your way in either direction. Now for the last part of the video, I'm just simply going to take this number here and divide it by 7. So we divided it by 6 and came up with a riser height of almost 7 inches. And now we divide it by 7 and come up with a riser height of almost 6 inches. So this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Taking and dividing a few different numbers into the overall riser height to get a riser height that you like. And of course, that would be accepted by your local building authorities or building department. So hopefully this makes sense. You can now figure out the individual riser height. It is not that difficult. You're simply just dividing one number into another number to get the individual riser height. And of course, you can use that measurement then to lay out your stair stringers or build your stairs if you're going to build them out of other materials.